Aquaba always on low. I am Lily and welcome to my place. If you're a Ghanaian girl, and I am, don't be confused, I am, and you scroll on the internet a lot, like you're an internet sleuth like me, you would have come across a few weirdos talking about some things called red pill, black pill, blue pill, whatever mother call it pill. And as a regular as Ghana girl, you probably don't know what in the heck they are talking about. And you probably ask yourself, what does that mean? If you ever thought along those lines, well, I had been sitting down as someone who has interacted with that media long enough, and I've come to understand what these general pills mean. I have not only been able to dissect what the red pill looks like in a Ghanaian setting, but I've also been able to find video examples of what it looks like when you encounter a man who believes in this red pill ideology. So in the next videos, you're going to see how to spot who is a misogynistic or red pill man and who is a respectful or everyday man. But before you watch this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe, because you know say I will never ever ask you to like and subscribe, but you can share my video if you love me feeling my fine. Anyways, so cueing the first video. This creator I've been watching for a while, and honestly sometimes he has based opinions, but there are once in a while he starts talking and I'm just like, sus. I feel like this guy doesn't like women, but you can also make your own opinions. Anyway, cueing his video now.
Dating is pure internet babble and will never work for you.
For me, it's one of the reasons, I mean, we've talked about this, that often I date younger men. And a lot of it is because...
Let's stop on that, folks.
Oh my God, we had a great dinner. We had a great dinner, by the way, where across the table, your husband goes, but why? And I said, well, maybe because I can.
Yes.
And so that, because I had to ask myself that question. I was like, what is this about?
Yeah.
Because I want a partner. And so often, and it's not just that I'm older, I'm also very embodied. I am a full, very whole person who knows myself, who is in charge of my life, and who lives a very full, just robust life. So
here's the truth. A young boy who can rub her down in Jamaica, party all night in Miami at 11 and be out the hotel by 7 a.m. Bro, you're not even gonna get to brush your teeth. No good morning text, just vibes and exit strategies. Yes, sir. My boy, get up out of there. All right. It's an in and out business, because Tracee Ellis Ross is not looking for no love in the streets. She said she wants a partner.
it's not just age, it's like life experience and sort of a difference. But I had to ask myself the question, why? Why does this keep sort of coming up other than they're hot and gorgeous?
There's that.
There's that. But a lot of men my age are steeped in a toxic masculinity and have been raised in a culture where there is a particular way that a relationship looks.
Meanwhile, the internet's still arguing about who brings what to the table. Bro, there is no table. These women are leasing love like it's a luxury timeshare. She's here for a good time, not a long time. She's here for a good time, not a long time. No baggage. This is very short term. That's how I'm looking at a lot of this now. I'm looking at these as short-term situations where women are just trying to have fun.
Because I have dated men my age, there is a difference. There is an openness that occurs with a younger man around whether it's gender fluidity or not even having an issue with homosexuality. I mean, something as basic as that there's times where I'll be, sitting across the table from somebody and just like, what did you just say?
Yeah, what?
Yo, we got to be real. We got to ask the real questions. When Tracee Ellis Ross says, yo, I'm not dating traditional men. I'm not dating men that are not as fluid, that might be homophobic. When she's saying these different things, You have to understand there's a large nuance to this. She's famous. She's a celebrity. You can't live your life how a celebrity lives their life. You don't have the access. You don't have the resources. You're not meeting even the 1% of the men she's meeting. So you just have to take a step back and look at this as pure internet babble. This is for entertainment. This is a curated conversation from Michelle Obama's team.
And
ladies, this is not a drill. The men are grifting. The men are in the middle of a migration. The he-man woman haters of TikTok are slowly switching up their content. They are slowly switching up their content. Another mutual and I were having a conversation in the DMs talking about, have you noticed? And then another mutual of mine made a video today talking about it. And I'm just like, I've been noticing it, but I'm just like, at first, I just kind of chalked it up to the conversation or the topic at hand that they were talking about were so common sense that the only side to be on was the woman's side. The only side to be on in the discussion was the woman's side. But I'm seeing a pattern. A pattern is beginning to emerge. And to that I say, you can't trick me. You can't trick me. I see y'all. Ladies, before y'all get to double tapping, before y'all get too excited, go watch his old videos. Go watch his old videos.
Now that video is over, I guess I can't say you should make an opinion now. So I'm going to cue the next video. This is another creator that I watch a lot. The first creator was definitely African American, as you could hear from his accent. But this next creator, I think, is like an African who moved to America. I haven't watched enough of his videos to know his lore yet. All I know is that I like to follow and support black creators, and that's why all these men are black. But the first two feel like they are not really on this African continent with us. As you know, I'm speaking to Ghanaians right now. But generally, yeah, I watch his videos and I love his comedy. Like, this man makes me laugh. And he honestly sounds like a reasonable person. So most of the time I follow his content for his opinions, which are like centrist, usually based in centrist. And I think he's an example of the type of guy that you would generally encounter. One who doesn't necessarily subscribe to the red pill ideology, but has been raised like a normal man and is skeptical about the feminist talks. Basically, based on the way he speaks, you can tell that he doesn't have any malice towards women or the LGBTQ or anybody. He just doesn't understand a lot about these topics and doesn't comment much on it because of his limited knowledge. And this is one of the type of men that I respect, to be honest. This is the type of guy that I would call a beige flag. Anyways, cueing his video.
Podcast, and it's running more rampant in our society than crack back in the 90s. So, there has been a crazy surge in podcasts recently, and I have no idea why. Actually, yes I do. Everyone thinks they're entitled to an opinion, and you know what? Fair enough, you are. But just because you can have an opinion does not mean you should speak on it. Keep that shit to your fucking self. I swear to you, it'll be the most uneducated people who think it's okay for them to go out there and buy some fucking mics, a camera, and start spouting nonsense all over the fucking internet. For example, anytime I see a group of black people sitting in a room together with mics on the table, I'm turning that shit off. I don't want to hear anything they have to say, because all the conversations are always the same. Should a man do this? Should a woman do that? How much money should a man make? What should a girl's body count be? Please shut the fuck up, I'm begging you. Shut up. This should be like requirements to get a podcast. prerequisites. Like your IQ has to be above a certain level for you to even be able to buy a fucking podcast mic, because this is getting outrageous. Half of everything he has, and there is virtually nothing he can do to end this relationship. As much as she likes cheating herself, he also has full permission to sleep with other women, because she just sees it as an opportunity to get new stuff when he apologizes.
Did James ever cheat? It don't matter to me as long as I get my money. I live in my house, I'm driving my car, I get my lips, I can get my nails.
She does not want to have sex with this man so badly that she would thank the women he cheated on her with for doing the dirty work that she didn't want to do.
I'm good, baby. She just doing the dirty work that I will never have to do.
I don't even think this qualifies as a marriage. These two just live together and she gets to do whatever she wants for free. But I'll give her one thing. She might be the first alpha, male or female, to actually practice what they preach. Every single bit of terrible advice she gave are the same thing she used to get herself a husband who finances her entire life. So if you're an extremely shallow person, listening to her advice might genuinely work. I can't say the same for the alpha males. But to that one guy on TikTok who actually supports her teachings, you are actively setting men up for failure.
Why the sprinkle method is the absolute best method to get a man. Let me explain to you some male psychology for a little bit. Men are biologically programmed to chase and be rewarded for their work.
Why would you ever chase a man? Unless he steal your purse, man, you shouldn't be chasing no man.
Why would they chase us?
So when a man really wants you, he will chase, he will pursue, he will put in effort.
So what she's saying is, I haven't been trying hard enough. Girl, I just got this guy in jail to send me 20 mil. You think I'm gonna bail him out? Damn, Ma, you fine as hell. Girl, give me a second. Oh, it was nothing. Just some ugly ass nigga trying to holler at me. He look must be dusty. Why she gotta do all that? Oh, she must want me to chase her. That girl on TikTok was right. Women don't chase, they attract. Girl, I gotta go. I think he's following me. The fuck? So we must do the pursuing. Is she picking up speed? She must be playing hard to get. Oh my God, is this weirdo skipping? He's gonna kill me. God damn, this bitch is quick. Leave me alone! Oh my God. Oh my God!
So back from that video. So the third guy is what I would call for sure ally. Someone who supports women and someone who you can hear from the way he speaks that he respects women too. He is a Ghanaian content creator and he's a guy. And if you're like one of the girlies or in part of the like communities, you know the type of guys who we listen to them talk, we hear them, and we know that like they don't like us. Right? And in this video, I'm trying to help you identify what that kind of guy sounds like. And so I give you like levels of male misogyny, or at least male behavior, starting from the worst or the most obvious, with the first dude who is obviously African American, who was cussing and calling women bitches and having opinions that are less than favorable to, well, women. And to the guy who seemed to not particularly understand anything about gender politics, but is not necessarily insulting women or being hateful towards like other communities. And then now finally, my favorite, don't take this out of context, but this is one of my favorite Ghanaian YouTubers. But you guys need to watch Lesplay, because Lesplay is absolutely my favorite YouTuber to watch. Like, he's a Ghana boy, and you can hear that he's a Ghana boy, but he's not the type of Ghana boy who is toxic and doesn't speak in a way that you can hear the misogyny, the misogynoir, misogyny seeping out of his mouth. In fact, he's extremely respectful and God-fearing, and in a funny way, very, very reasonable and down to earth in every opinion he takes. And This is the type of guy that you would encounter and he's not red pill. I do not know what they call the pill that you would ascribe to him, but I would call him a Sigma male because I don't know like the pill that they give for Sigma males. But this dude is what I would call a fucking green flag. So starting from the first guy, I don't remember his name because the moment he started being disrespectful to women, I was like, not important, but I remember his face so I could clip it for this video. Second dude, beige flag, because you can tell he wants to like know more and be more politically correct, but just hasn't done the work. And this guy, Lesplay right here. Lesplay, hi. I'm more active on TikTok, but he's more active on YouTube. And just because of it, maybe I'll start posting more long-form content on YouTube because he gave me a shout-out on YouTube. So I'm giving him a shout-out on TikTok. Please follow him on TikTok and find his YouTube channel. But this is what I call a beige flag in terms of men. This is the kind of man you probably want to hang out with and pay more attention to because he knows how to respect women in a way that the average Ghanaian would understand. Like, listen to him talk about an issue based around women.
I'm Lily Paulette, and today I'm getting run through by 100 guys.
Wait, what do you mean by today? Like in one day?
Was planning on hosting an event where she would sleep with 100 of her fans in a single day.
You people are really testing the limits of the blood of Jesus. I know you're supposed to wash sins away, but I don't think he has a level of qualification for this kind of job. I'm not sure this is what Jesus had in mind when he was coming. They have to update the blood of Jesus Christ because this kind of sin is not in the database. $100 in one day. You are discretion advised. And unsurprisingly, it didn't end well.
Like more intense than you thought it might.
Definitely.
Sorry. Okay. No, okay. Just take
yeah, 1 minute.
Why would she do this? I can only attribute this to some kind of demonic activity. Seriously. Announced this some time ago. I don't know why you announced it, but I guess it's a big thing, so I guess people need to know. And then she went through with it. So a YouTuber called Josh Peters, I don't know how to say the name. I think it's Peters. Went to her and documented the whole thing. Well, not the whole thing. He wasn't there for the main events, but he documented the couple of days before the thing happened. So she began in university selling normal pictures, the recommended stuff. Send me your links. And according to her, she was already a slot machine in university.
I'm being a anyway, could make a little bit of money.
What do you mean by you were being a anyway?
Like, I was just being a at university. Like, I was just sleeping around with everyone.
Meaning the only unique thing about her in that school is probably her DNA. Universities are full of slot machines.
Last week I was like 23 guys all at once and like...
What do you mean 23 guys at once last week? And you're about to do 100? Oh, Jesus. 23 guys at once. What? One for every year you've been alive? They're going to start adding detergent and parazone to the blood of Jesus to clean this kind of thing. This kind of stain is too much. In another part, she mentioned she had done 37 guys in a day before.
When I did 37 guys in a day...
So this is not new to her. This girl is used to the gala, the 1v20, 1v30. Her own is different. The part that caught me the most is when they spoke about marriage.
There's so many guys out in the world. I think, one poor bastard's got to marry me.
Why? Why are you this wicked? I don't understand these kind of people and their obsession with marriage. Listen, it might not be for you anymore. If you've done 100 guys in a day, it might not be a thing you want to do anymore. Or it might not be a thing anybody wants to do with you anymore. I'm sorry. I know I sound like I'm slut shaming, but I'm sure even the sluts, you guys, some of you are watching right now, let me know in the comments, the sluts, let me know in the comments below. Do you agree with this or not? I'm sure you agree with me. There must be a level where even the sluts will start slut shaming. Like if you're an armed robber and you hear that one guy, another armed robber has robbed 200 houses a night, even you will be sitting down there like, that's a bit much. It has to be someone from the industry. And there can be no talk about forgetting your past because the internet will never forget your past. Why should any man do it? And I think she said she's hoping she gets a man who likes to share her with other people.
I rather think it's going to be someone from the industry or someone who is into lending me out.
Lending you out?
Yeah.
Hey!
Oh yeah, definitely. There's been some guys like outwardly saying like we used to go to school together.
Classmates, that's crazy. Low-key, I kind of wish that I could also do that. Everybody I went to school with is boring. They are all doing normal things in life. I'm talking about junior high school. I hope nobody from my senior high school is doing OF because it was a boys' school.
Wow.
Or some of like dad's friends and stuff like that.
What, messaging you?
Yeah.
Dad's friends is wild. That's wild. That's crazy. And if you are that guy, you should be ashamed. Okay, you saw this girl when she was very, very small. You can't be, come on, guy. Oh man.
Lily invited us to observe the creation of a custom one of her subscribers had paid $300 for.
So the guys asked for a off instruction and he wants it kind of a style. So a little bit more like me telling him what to do. And he's asked for me to wear a black bikini.
We always clown people who pay for OF, but we don't think about the amount of people who have very specific needs. And they want a certain kind of clothing, a certain tone of voice, and a foot-long stick inside. And it's starting to make sense to me how they make so much money, because a lot of the contents they have is free online. A lot of the stuff that they put over there is normal stuff. But when it gets to the specifics, like do this, do that, talk like this, do this, cut off your arm, look at that kind of stuff.
Lily offered to show me the aftermath of their stunt.
Oh, he stinks. I guess he actually can. Is that real?
Yeah, he's not good with smell.
Lord of mercy, the kind of chemistry going on in that room, not a single insect will survive. Not even the cockroaches who are used to this kind of thing. They all pack out. A combination of all that stuff. There's a guy who went there and after the thing, he was shaking. You can see him visibly shaking while drinking water.
We were able to speak to another man as he left the Airbnb, although he seemed shaken by the experience.
How are you?
And all these men who were not the first man, like, imagine the 100th guy putting his dick inside the cesspool of liquid generations that were not to be. So they gave the guys 5 minutes each. I don't know how, like, if the guy doesn't finish, what will happen?
You'd have to stand on business and be like, I'm so sorry, you got to go. And like the awkward interaction of like you feeling pressure to have to make them come if like you haven't spent enough time with them and feeling like you didn't give them a good time.
Really, really sad. I think she mentioned later on that some of the guys didn't finish and they were like, yo, come on, I came all the way here, you didn't let me finish.
It's hard, I think, having the interactions with them when they're like, what, you're not going to make me finish? I've come all this way. Like, kind of like guilt tripping me a little bit.
Which is not a valid argument. The rules are the rules. You obey the rules, you sign the form, so finish.
I certainly didn't expect to see Lily so upset at the end of it all.
This thing proves one thing. No matter what you do in this life, Mother Nature will always win. Mother Nature will always pull you back. You are a human being after all. And as a human being, having so much attention with no connection will destroy you. And that's what happened to her. She had all these guys coming, they had all this fun, but at the end of the day, she doesn't even remember them, and that will fuck you up. This whole thing was a bad idea. 100 men in one day, completely bad idea. 100 women, however, then we can talk. Then that one I can stand behind. Is anybody in Ghana planning to do this? I'll come and cover the event. Don't worry, I'll come and cover it. I'll have to wear the nose mask. I'll have to wear like a respirator, one of those things. Yeah, but I'll come and cover it. So let me know. Let me know if you are. Send me a DM. And I don't know if I mentioned this, but now she's planning to do 1,000 men in one day next year.
As she announced to her fans that in February of 2025, she would be sleeping with 1,000 men in a single day to break the world record.
1,000 shall fall at my right hand side, 100 at my left hand side, and they shall all come inside me. The one I feel for the most in this situation is, again, Jesus Christ. How are you going to make this one a new creature? How are you going to do it? Lord, speak to me right now. I would like to be there while you're cleaning these things away. I want to see the process. It's unprecedented. Seriously.
Like by the 30th, like when we're getting on a bit, I've got like a routine of like how we're gonna do this.
I still won't ask you to like and subscribe and notification bell. I ask you to comment, let me think about the video, let me think about the relax. Let me not think about the video, let me not think about the whole thing. Is this something you will do? Ladies, let me know. Is this something you have thought about? What's the highest number you have gone? Some of the girls, let me know. Boys also, how was the highest number you've gone? Let me know in the comments below. Let's have a chat. Let's see. I don't love this for her. I know it's somebody far away, but at the end of the day, it's still a human being with a soul. And yeah, it's going to fuck her up and hunt her for a long time. But she's going for 1,000, so I guess it's on her. But I really, really love you guys, and I'll see you guys soon in another video. Sing the song.
Okay, we're back. You're back from the video. Great. So if you're a Ghanaian girl or any woman at all, I hope in this video I was able to demonstrate the different levels of misogyny and how to detect it in the way men speak, especially in African men, because I was watching these 3 content creators and I like their content individually, but I noticed the big difference in the way they all speak about women, and I was like, wait a minute. If the girlies did not know what it looked like when a man was being misogynistic or when a man was being an ally, this is a clear example. Like the levels, like we have number 1, which is actual red flag, Andrew Tate supporter, red flag. Number 2, which is a beige flag, okay, we can talk to him, we can educate him, beige flag. And number 3 is a green flag. Okay, I hope we all understood, and I will try to speak more tree in my videos. I'm sorry, but I'm an Ewe girl, so Akbar, thank you for watching my video and see you in the next one. This is Lily, and you know, say I could never ever ask you to like and subscribe, but you go for share my video if you know you're feeling like and subscribe. I'm asking. Bye.